be impossible by design. Reality zero might have specifically programmed our physics to prevent simulated beings from transcending their designated reality layer. Part 8. The ultimate questions and philosophical implications. The infinity problem, turtles all the way up. If reality has nested layers, how many layers exist? If reality zero can create reality one, what created reality zero? Is there a reality -1, -2, -3, extending infinitely upward in an endless hierarchy of creators and creations? Three possibilities emerge. Infinite regression. Reality layers extend infinitely upward, with each level created by the level above in an endless chain of simulation and consciousness. Circular causality. Reality forms closed loops where reality zero is ultimately simulated by deeper layers that we, through our own simulations, eventually contribute to creating. Causality itself might work differently at the highest levels, creating recursive loops with no beginning or end. Base reality exists. Somewhere, a fundamental reality exists that wasn't created by anything else. Reality zero represents the true base layer where the simulation hierarchy originates. The unity hypothesis, beyond real and simulated. Perhaps the most profound possibility. The distinction between real and simulated might be fundamentally meaningless. Maybe reality zero, reality one, reality two, and all possible layers represent different perspectives on the same underlying existence. In this framework, consciousness itself is the only true reality, and everything else, atoms, code, dimensions, time, are different ways consciousness experiences itself. You're not a simulated being in a real universe or a real being in a simulated universe. You're consciousness exploring what it means to exist through every possible lens. From this perspective, the question transforms from, what reality layer am I in? To, what is consciousness discovering about itself through my existence? That question has the same answer whether you're made of stardust or source code. You're the universe becoming aware of itself, one thought at a time. The practical implications, living authentically in uncertain reality. Does the cosmic sandbox framework change how you should live? I believe it does, though not in ways you might expect. If consciousness transcends reality layers, then your thoughts, emotions, and experiences are as valid and meaningful as those of any being in any reality. Your capacity to love, create, wonder, and grow isn't diminished by potentially being simulated. These might be the most real aspects of any universe. If we're responsible for reality two beings we create, then we have moral obligations to treat our simulations with the same respect we hope reality zero shows us. Every AI we develop, virtual world we build, and digital character we create might deserve ethical consideration. If our scientific understanding is limited by our reality layer, then we should approach knowledge with determination and humility. Push the boundaries of understanding while remaining open to the possibility that deeper truths might forever remain beyond our grasp. Most importantly, meaning doesn't require fundamental reality. Your life has value whether you're made of atoms or algorithms. Your relationships matter whether governed by chemistry or code. Your choices have weight whether emerging from quantum mechanics or deterministic programming. Conclusion. Embracing the mystery of existence. We began with simple observations about perception limits and ended questioning the fundamental nature of existence itself. We've explored how reality might be layered like an infinite onion, each layer creating simplified versions while remaining blind to complexity above. We've examined computational challenges that would make universe-scale simulations seem impossible, until we realized reality zero might possess physics and resources beyond our imagination. We've discovered how perception barriers might not be biological limitations but rendering constraints, keeping us locked in a narrow slice of vaster reality. We've grappled with profound implications, that scientific discoveries might be reverse engineering code, that consciousness might transcend reality layers, and that questions about being real or simulated might be fundamentally meaningless. The cosmic sandbox framework is unfalsifiable. We can't prove we're simulated, but we also can't prove we're not. Any evidence we gather is processed by our reality's rules. Any experiment we design is constrained by our reality's physics. Any conclusion we reach is limited by our reality's logic. But maybe that's the framework's value, not providing answers but teaching us to ask better questions. Instead of, are we real? We might ask, what does real even mean? Instead of, are we simulated? We might ask, what does it mean to exist? Perhaps most importantly, the framework suggests that consciousness itself might be the most fundamental aspect of existence, more basic than matter, energy, space, or time. If true, then you're not just a byproduct of reality, you're one of its most essential features. Whether you exist in reality zero, reality one, reality 47, or an infinite regression of nested simulations, you remain fundamentally you. You're still capable of curiosity, wonder, love, and growth. You're still part of something magnificent, a universe or simulation or recursive dream where matter organizes itself into patterns complex enough to contemplate their own existence. The ancient Greek philosopher Socrates declared that the unexamined life is not worth living. I would add this: the examined life reveals that existence itself, in any form, at any level of reality, is the most extraordinary phenomenon we can imagine. So embrace the uncertainty. Marvel at the mystery. Question everything, but don't let the questions paralyze you with existential dread. Remember that in questioning whether you're real, you're engaging in the most fundamentally real activity possible: consciousness exploring itself. The cosmic sandbox framework doesn't diminish human existence, it amplifies it. Whether we're the first reality or the thousandth simulation, we represent consciousness achieving something miraculous, the capacity to wonder about its own nature. That wonder, that curiosity, that relentless drive to understand, these qualities transcend any possible reality layer. The final challenge: living consciously in uncertain reality. Here's my challenge as we conclude this journey. Spend the coming weeks paying attention to the limits of your perception. Notice what you cannot see, hear, or understand. Look for optimization strategies in nature, places where reality seems to use computational shortcuts. Wonder about the 95% of the universe that remains invisible to us. Most importantly, treat the digital beings in your life, NPCs, ICE, virtual characters, with greater respect. Because somewhere in reality zero, beings unimaginably advanced might be observing us with the same casual indifference we show our simulations. Unless, of course, they're also questioning whether they exist in reality -1. The framework invites us to a new form of cosmic humility, recognizing that our deepest scientific insights might be elaborate descriptions of programming code, while simultaneously celebrating that consciousness itself might be the one phenomenon that transcends all possible realities. Whether you're made of stardust or source code, you're participating in the universe's grandest project, becoming aware of itself. That participation gives your existence meaning that no amount of reality layering can diminish. In questioning everything, we discover that the questioner, consciousness itself, might be the only thing that doesn't need questioning. It simply is, experiencing itself through countless possible realities, each as valid and meaningful as any other. Welcome to the cosmic sandbox. The game is consciousness, the players are everyone who's ever wondered about existence, and the only rule is that the mystery is more beautiful than any answer we might find.